Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another Modern Horizons 2 draft. Now, we've got 3 different rares in this pack. We have a Bloodbraid Marauder, which, honestly, I kind of anticipate this card is going to do something in Constructed, but I don't know what. Let's see. Discard a card, you may cast a creature card from your graveyard this turn. Activate only once each turn. Whenever a non-token creature enters from the battlefield under your control, if you didn't cast it from your hand, it gains haste. Or Piru the Volatile, which is the actual, reanimator target. I've not drafted the Delirium deck, and I've been wanting to. So I'm going to try drafting Bloodbraid Marauder, and we're going to see if we can do Izzet Delirium. I've been trying to, not draft the Artifact deck, which I've been failing, because I know people are probably going to be complaining. I've pre-recorded these way out, so, I know people are probably going to be complaining at this point, Kano, all you do is draft Modular and Affinity. And I was like, well, the deck's good, and I keep getting past the rares for it. But, alright, yeah, Dragon's Rage Channeler, that would be the one drop that we want. So we're going to need stuff that cycles, we're going to want the red removal spell that you sack lands and stuff, too. We're going to need some artifacts. I'm actively playing Tug with my dog, because it is morning now, and he really needs some attention. I mean, he's gotten plenty already, but he's, if he's to be believed, he needs more. So, alright, let's see here. Combine Chrysalis is nice, but it doesn't really fit directly in the deck we're trying to build. So Shiny is an enchantment that is also removal. I don't know how many tokens we're going to run into. We'll probably have some number of crab tokens or clues, and it's pretty decent removal. Mental Journey is also an uncommon, and I'm kind of surprised because So Shiny has gone late. And I think this card is actually really good. I think I take So Shiny here. I wouldn't mind having the instant that draws cards because of basic land cycling. So anything, if we're trying to turn on Delirium, anything that's got cycling, anything that requires us to sack permanents, anything that is a cheap spell of a different type that we can cast is probably going to be good. Alright, in this pack there's Patriarch's Bidding, Dihada's Ploy, which this is not a bad... Not a bad Delirium enabler, it's just another color that I don't have yet. Although all the creatures I have so far are humans. So Sanctuary Raptor's not bad. It synergizes off of tokens like So Shiny does. It's also an artifact creature. Alright, we'll take Sanctuary Raptor, just because it helps diversify permanent types a little bit. Monoskellion is a good ping that is also on an artifact creature. The alternative is we take Aeromoeba, Shattered Ego, or Mind Collapse. Honestly, I think Mind Collapse is the best card in this pack for us, because it's one of the few ways we can actually get a land into the grave, which is one of the best ways for us to turn on Delirium. I wouldn't mind Shattered Ego, because Shattered Ego is a decent enchantment to put in the grave. It does put itself into the grave eventually, as well as sort of pseudo-answer a creature, and it can be used early, and then getting more value out of it later. But we're going to take Mind Collapse. Okay. Scuttletide is one of the Delirium payoffs, so we can pay 1 mana, discard any card from our hand, and then just make a crab. And if we have Delirium, all the crabs are 1/4s instead of 0/3s. I don't have that many instants yet, so I wouldn't mind a lose focus, but I think we're going to take a Scuttletide. I could take Silverbluff Bridge, just to have a little bit more, or just to have some fixing at all. What does Gouged Zealot do? It's a 4-mana 4/3 with Reach. When it attacks, if there are 4 more card types in your graveyard, it deals 1 damage to each creature defending player controls. Not a bad Delirium payoff, really. It might actually be better than Scuttletide. But Scuttletide is a Delirium enabler because we can discard stuff. And it's another enchantment. So if we decide we don't want it and we're scrying off of our 1-drop, we can actually deal with stuff. We can actually turn on Delirium a bit. So Battle Plan has cycling. It's also an enchantment. It's not a bad enchantment to cast either. I can take Recalibrate because we are going to be doing some self-discard, and it's a pretty good combat trick. I've been impressed by this almost every single time I've had a single one in a limited deck. Just being a Disperse is good enough to play in limited. But if you can turn on the other mode, it's fantastic. I'm going to take Battle Plan. And now I'm going to focus on picking stuff that isn't necessarily enchantments, unless they're really good. Alright, so in this pack, there's a Recalibrate. Tormod's Cryptkeeper is an artifact that sacrifices itself. I wouldn't mind Revolutionist, because Revolutionist we can pick up powerful instants and sorceries after we've used them. But Recalibrate, I just got done singing the praises of, so I'm going to go ahead and take that. So right now we need some sorceries. to help diversify permanent types. Another So Shiny, Ren's Run Hydra, Echoing Return, Nested Shambler. I don't think we take Piru. We're not going to play green, so we're probably taking Bottle Golems here, or So Shiny. I have Scuttletide as a way to make tokens, and that's it. I don't have that many creatures. I think I have to take Bottle Golems. Wow, nobody respects the So Shiny. So, Viashino Lashclaw is a Madness Enabler, it's another discard outlet, and it can give our creatures haste if we play big creatures. I think we take Viashino Lashclaw, because we're going to need more creatures than we have, for sure. Tavern Scoundrel, I'm not a huge fan of. I can take another Sanctuary Raptor, I guess. Revolutionist. I could splash black for Dihada's Ploy. I'm going to take Revolutionist, I think. It's not generally a bad idea to have a single fodder tosser. Skyblade's Boon, Vile Entomber. I guess I might play Skyblade's Boon if I needed a third color. Although the third color for this is probably black, because that's what does most of the graveyard interaction. Another chain. I could have had a great freaking Reanimator deck. I'm not going to take Sarah's Emissary. I think if you're not reanimating this card, you're never going to cast it. Chainer, I suppose I could splash for. What is actually in this pack for me? I mean, there's Said and Done, which is both sorcery and instant. It's also not bad, because we can buy back another instant or sorcery if we want it, or we have a double frost effect. I'm going to take this. We have enough enchantments. We have a couple of enchantments we can get into the grave, so I don't think we need Flame Blitz. It's also unlikely that we need to actually deal damage to Planeswalkers, because Dihada and Dakon are the only ones in this format, and they're mythics. It's not bad to pick up if you can pick it up for free, but it's also not necessary. So there's Fast and Furious, which is another instant and sorcery. The front half actually loots, so we can use it to turn on Madness, and the back half is a Pyroclasm effect. Wow, I could have had a really good Reanimator deck with Karmic Guide, Piru, 2 Chainers. Maybe that's how you're supposed to draft Reanimator, not how the heck I did it. I'll take Fast and Furious. Blazing Rootwalla is a Madness card. Flametongue Yearling, let's see, enters the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it for each time it was kicked. When it enters the battlefield, it deals damage equal to its power to target creature. This is a good creature, and while we can get a Blazing Rootwalla for free, I think the Yearling is going to be better for us. Because the Yearling is both a creature and removal spell, and it's good early game as if we're trying to be aggressive, and it's good late game if we need a kill spell. We're also not strictly the Madness deck. We're more trying to do the Delirium thing. So yeah, we'll take the Yearling. Underworld Cookbook is another discard outlet. We can buy back a creature card if we think a particular creature card is good. Otherwise, I can take Hard Evidence, which is an early sorcery, which is something that we are lacking for Delirium quite a lot, actually. I think people are wising up. This card is actually quite good in this format. It turns on So Shiny for us. It turns on Delirium quickly. I'm going to take Hard Evidence. I know I'm passing up like a bunch of better cards, but I think as far as like our synergy is concerned, this is what we need. So Altar of the Goyf, strangely, is a very good Delirium card. It's an artifact. It has Tribal, which is something we can't get anywhere else. This is the only Tribal card in the set. We don't have any Lurgoyfs, but we don't really need any. And I'm passing up on Step Through and Gouged Zealot. Hopefully one of them comes around. I'm going to take Altar of the Goyf. I don't know that it's good, but it's going to be fun regardless. So Aeromoeba is a flying 4/2 if we discard a card. Otherwise it's a 2/4. We could take Mistvault Bridge to have another artifact land, but we have quite a bit of artifacts. One of them should end up in the grave. We have quite a bit of enchantments, so we don't need a Shattered Ego. I'm going to take the Flyer. There's a Solitary Confinement. Rakdos Headliner. I might be able to splash black. The problem is I'm not going to be able to splash black consistently on turn 2. And Mount Valus Minotaur is an enchantment creature, and directly contributes to Delirium. It's a repeatable shock effect, so I'm going to take the Minotaur, or the Manticore, not Minotaur. Another Fast and Furious. Let's see, Chef's Kiss. Gain control of target spell that targets only a single permanent or player. Copy it, and then reselect targets at random for the spell and the copy. The new targets can't be a spell or permanent you control. Yeah, I'm gonna take Chef's Kiss. I think that'll be funny if we ever target removal with it. I'll take Floodhound. Floodhound is like good late game value. Parcelmere is an artifact creature. It comes down early, so we'll take Parcelmere. I'm feeling a little bit better about our numbers of stuff now. We were kind of light on creatures early. Like our first two creatures were pretty good with Bloodbraid Marauder and Dragon's Rage Channeler, but we're gonna need some more payoffs. Scophos Reaver could be a 2-mana 4/3. We could Madness it in off of a couple of discard outlets we have. I think that's better than the Parcelmere, at least for us. Dihada's Ploy is the most likely of these cards for us to play. I'll take another Aeromoeba, another Viashino Lashclaw. So one of the things that I really like in the design of Modern Horizons 2, especially for the limited format, is how much all of the colors' strategies overlap. Like, as an example, Red's got Delirium for the red-blue strategy. It's got Madness in red-black. A little bit less in red-green for Storm and stuff like that, but all of the effects overlap in such a way that you can still play basically all of the red cards in any red deck, is what I'm saying. So, Dermotaxi, we can exile a creature card from the graveyard, tap 2 untapped creatures you control, and it becomes a copy of the exiled card, except it's a vehicle. I think we take Foul Watcher here. Mount Valus Minotaur is great, but I don't think we can play that many of them. Foul Watcher is a 2-mana 2/2 flyer if we have Delirium, and it surveils to help us turn on Delirium, so take Foul Watcher. Obsidian Charmaw costs 1 less for each land your opponents control that could produce colorless. Destroy target non-basic land. There's like 2 lands this can actually destroy in this format, and it's not great. I could have had 2 Karmic Guides if I had done the Reanimator strategy. I'll take the Blazing Rootwalla, because it helps us be aggressive. Patchwork Gnomes as a Madness Enabler. We don't have enough artifacts for Slag Strider. I'll take another Mind Collapse. It's a good removal spell. I've not really had a reason to not run Batterbone yet. I think the card's great. I think we take a Foul Watcher, though. It's another early Delirium payoff. We have enough playables at this point, and there's nothing in this pack we don't already have access to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Fixing. We do have to be aware, if we play up against the Affinity deck, of the stupid Artifact Landwalk equipment, because that card has won me so many games. We should be aware that if we're playing the Artifact lands, of our opponent's possibility of having it. Alright, There's a Phantasmal Dreadmaw. I don't think this card is good in Limited. Every time I've seen it played, there's just so many abilities that can target it. I don't think we can play Galvanic Relay. Yeah, alright, I guess I'll try the Dreadmaw, because nothing else in this pack is remotely exciting. I do love the flavor text on this, by the way. Like, it's just good. Alright, so in this pack, we've got... What do you do? There's a battlefield or Planeswalker you control dies. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. Maybe reveal a Planeswalker card from among them. Put it in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom. Planeswalkers, loyalties, abilities you activate cost an additional +1 to activate. Nice. I'm going to take Unholy Heat. It's our premium removal spell for our deck archetype. I love the fact they printed Braids. I love that card. Another Unholy Heat. Well, I will take it. Was this our opening pack? I think it was. We'll take the Lash Claw, but I don't think we're playing anything in this pack. I do want to make a Solitary Confinement deck and construct it. I just haven't thought of a good way to make it work. Mount Valus Minotaur came or Manticore. I keep saying Minotaur, and that is very incorrect. Let's see. I'm not playing any of those, but I guess I'll take Slag Strider. Gouge Zealot's Delirium payoff, so we'll take it. I guess I would take a Revolutionist. I don't think I would play more than one, and we have a lot of cuts to make already. Galvanic Relay, sure. And Discerning Taste. Cool. Okay. Now we have to make a lot of cuts. So this is basically creatures you control get Exalted buffed for the number of different card types that are in both graveyards. That seems good. I don't think I'm going to play Fodder Tosser. We don't make a ton of tokens. We have some. So Sanctuary Raptor I think is less good than usual. I think I'm playing at most 1 Viashino Lashclaw. Probably at most 1 Aeromoeba. And I don't think I need Floodhound here. I still have to cut like 8 cards? That's a lot. So I think I could cut 1 to 2 creatures, maybe. Revolutionist. We have... What are our discard outlets? We have Aeromoeba, Mount Valus Manticore, Viashino Lashclaw, Scuttletide. It is easier for us to discard cards than I previously considered. And we have multiple enchantment creatures. I don't think I need Battle Plan. Although maybe the fixing will be important. We only have 1 double blue spell, and it's the Phantasmal Dreadmaw. I was like, look at all these artifacts we have, and then proceeds to remove almost all the artifacts. Gosh, that's... Well, I guess we have Parselmere, Sanctuary Raptor, and Altar of the Goyf now. Maybe I should... Well, we have Silver Bluff Bridge as well. Building a Delirium deck is harder than I thought. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a half kind of 6-ish removal spells. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to play Revolutionist. Maybe I should. It does seem like pretty decent value. So maybe we go higher up on the curve here and don't play something like Viashino Lashclaw, which probably means I don't need to be playing Blazing Rootwalla. And now I have to make the hard cuts from the side, or from the non-creature spells. I have to cut like 4 cards. I don't think I need Scuttletide. The Delirium payoff is not that great. We still have a ton of ways to discard cards if we want to. Maybe I don't play Hard Evidence then, because while it's an early sorcery, we have... I mean, without it, our only sorceries are expensive. I need to cut 2 cards. Or I need to cut 1 card and run 41 cards, because I'm bad at this game. I might actually do that, because this is really overworking my brain. I'm going to discard... I'm going to take out Aeromoeba, and then I'm going to try running the deck like this. Alright. I think we got ourselves a deck. I'll see you guys in round 1. Alrighty, we'll be on the draw for round 1. And, I mean, we got a couple of early plays, and if we draw a land, we can play a 4-3 for 3. Okay. Opponent starts Drossforge Bridge, pass the turn. Play a mountain, leave up Unholy Heat, pass the turn. Opponent plays Riptide Laboratory into a Brainstone. We untap, draw our other Unholy Heat. Play Foul Watcher. Let's go ahead and Surveil. Sanctuary Raptor, we're going to put in the grave. Pass the turn. We are now only 2 card types away from Delirium. Opponent suspends Gargadon, which is a 7/5 with Trample. We untap, we draw Chef's Kiss. Play a mountain. Go to combat. Attack for 1. And we're going to play Skophos Reaver. I kind of want to hold up Chef's Kiss, but I think we need to be building our board right now. Pass the turn. If we don't draw a land, then we're definitely holding up Chef's Kiss and Unholy Heat. Gargadon ticks down. Opponent plays a mountain. So they're at least Grixis colors, because otherwise they wouldn't be playing Riptide Laboratory. Opponent cracks Brainstone. Does the old Brainstorm thing. Very Berserk Beelit vibes from this card. I mean, if they don't have a way to shuffle, they're drawing the cards they know about for the next 2 turns. We draw Bloodbraid Marauder. So go to combat. Attack for 5. Opponent takes 5, goes to 14. Play Bloodbraid Marauder. Pass the turn. If I didn't draw that, if I drew something I couldn't cast, or if I drew a land, I probably would have just held up on Holy Heat and Chef's Kiss. Opponent plays an island. 3 mana. Opponent plays Storm God's Oracle. So we untap, draw an island, play an island. Do we cast 2 Unholy Heats? Otherwise they kill 2 of our things. I think we gotta. So they can kill our Skophos Reaver. But they would have blocked Bloodbraid Marauder and then killed Skophos Reaver if we hadn't done that. So go to combat, hit them for 4, take them to 10. Opponent untaps. Gargadon ticks down to 1. Opponent plays a Parselmere. We untap. We draw Recalibrate. Well, that'll be kind of fun to hit Gargadon with. Go to combat. Attack our opponent for 1 in the air. Opponent goes to 9. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Gargadon coming off suspend. We are struggling a little bit trying to get Delirium, which is something I was worried about during deck construction. I think if my opponent attacks, we take the hit, unless they play something that we really want to Chef's Kiss here. Arcbound Slasher. Okay. Okay, they do not give it haste. They go to combat. They can hardcast Gargadon next turn. So let's see. Artifact, enchantment, creature, instant. That's 4. So if I played Altar of the Goyf, I could attack my opponent for 7 next turn, which would take them to 2. Then I have a flyer. I'm debating about whether or not to use Recalibrate on the Gargadon or the Slasher. And I think we use it on the Slasher, so we're going to take the hit. Okay, take 9. On their end step, bounce the Slasher. We untap. Draw a mountain. Play a mountain. Play Altar of the Goyf. Go to combat. If they have a removal spell, we lose. But we also don't really have a way to stop that from happening. So attack for 7. Opponent goes to 2. We pass. They can replay their modular creature as a haste creature and force us to block if they attack with everything. If they don't do that, we don't block and then can just swing back lethal with the Foul Watcher. Attack us for 7, so no blocks. Go to 4. I mean, if they have Flame Rift, they kill us both. Alright, we untap. We draw Mind Collapse. So, go to combat. Attack in the air. They gotta have something that Chef's Kiss doesn't beat. Chef's Kiss? Oh, if this works, I'll be fantastic. It's just... oh, yes. Bounce the Gargadon. Fizzle. No other legal... Well, the creature's targeting is no longer around. Do we get you? Can't believe that worked. Oh, they got something else. Oh, they're drawing a card, Desperation. Did we get you? What doesn't grow dies. And what dies grows the Storm Crow. That's pretty fantastic. All right. So, I mean, yeah, we run it back, I guess. We did not have the opportunity to discard a land, which was going to be our other way to, like, get another card type in the grave. So we need to be aware of that going into this game. All right. This actually should be quite good. Opponent leads on island, plays a Brainstone. We untap, draw a Sanctuary Raptor, play an island, get some hard evidence, pass the turn. Opponent untaps, plays an island, plays a Parcel Mirror. We untap, we draw an island, play a mountain, Foul Watcher. Go ahead and surveil. If we surveil a land, I think we put it in the grave, despite the fact that we probably need a land. Creature. Yeah, that's going to go in the grave. Pass the turn. So we can Mind Collapse and gain Delirium, but there's no real reason to do that unless my opponent plays a spectacular threat. Okay, opponent plays an island. No attacks. They pass. We untap. Draw a mountain. Play a mountain. Chef's Kiss online. Go to combat. Attack for 1 in the air. Opponent takes 1. Pass the turn. I'm going to leave up Chef's Kiss / Clue Crack here. Opponent Brainstones. So Brainstorm effects are really powerful, but if you don't have a way to shuffle, you generally only do this in desperation. Like, you need to hit a land drop to continue playing the game, or like you need to find an answer or your opponent's going to kill you. Like, playing it in limited is kind of bold. Like, I could see playing it in the Reanimator deck if you've got like the Tutor and stuff. So opponent plays a Phantasmal Dreadmaw. We can kill that with anything that targets, so Mind Collapse. So next turn, we'll play Gouged Zealot, and then alternate cost Mind Collapse to turn on Delirium and hit our opponent for 2. We'll crack the Clue on our opponent's end step. I really want them to make a Treasure Mirror now. So sack the Clue, draw a card. Tapping this way in case I draw Unholy Heat. Okay, we draw a mountain. That's fine. We untap, draw a mountain, play an island, play Gouged Zealot. Force our opponent to sack Phantasmal Dreadmaw. We turn on Delirium. It's instant sorcery, creature, land. Go to combat, hit our opponent for 2, and now any X ones they play immediately die to Gouged Zealot, which is fantastic. And really, we could just leave up Sanctuary Raptor after this. Or not Sanctuary, Chef's Kiss. I was looking at Sanctuary Raptor, and I was trying to say, we don't need to play Sanctuary Raptor. We can just leave up Chef's Kiss, and I portmanteaued those two sentences together, and this wasn't a good time. 4 mana, opponent plays Filigree Attendant. Well, sorry, Mirror. We untap, draw a mountain, play a mountain, go to combat, attack, attack. The best part is, because we kill the Mirror, Filigree Attendant can't even block and kill Foul Watcher. Which, for some reason, I always expect to have F-O-W-L rather than F-O-U-L. Okay. Wonder what happens if you Chef's Kiss something that can't legally change its targets. Opponent plays a Tormod's Cryptkeeper. Alright. That is a little bit annoying. But if we draw an Unholy Heat, it's great. Parcel Mirror. Play a Mountain. Play the Parcel Mirror. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Floodhound. And passes. So Floodhound can charge up that Filigree Attendant. Sack Parcel Mirror and draw. Mountain. We untap. Draw Unholy Heat. Kill... Oh, crap. Tormod's Cryptkeeper can shut off Delirium. Well, let's kill their payoff. Opponent's going to exile our grave. I mean, that seems excessive. Let's... Oh, I see why. Okay. Well, go to combat. Opponent ices. Chef's Kiss. We get to draw 2 cards? Fantastic. Tap 2 of their lands that are already tapped. We draw Unholy Heat and an island. We can't get Delirium, unfortunately. Yeah. So just Unholy Heat the Attendant. This lets us swing freely. Man, Chef's Kiss is really good. It smells like victory. Go to combat. No! I just... misclick. I just missed 1 damage. Possibly up to 5. That's so bad. Opponent found red mana. That's what I get. Smells like victory. Punts immediately. Is there a more Kano thing to do? Snatch victory from the jaws of... Or snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. Oh, come on. I hope that really doesn't change anything. That'd be so bad. We untap. We draw Recalibrate. So, go to combat. Oh, this is bad. I'm gonna hold this mountain to discard. Play Sanctuary Raptor, pass the turn. Opponent untaps. 4 mana. 5 mana for an Arcbound Slasher. They make it a 5/5. Then they pass. We untap. Draw Phantasmal Dreadmaw. Well, play the big scary illusion. Alright. Go to combat. Attack for 2 in the air. Opponent goes to 9. We pass. They untap. They draw. They play a land. They play Storm God's Oracle, which they may use to try and kill Phantasmal Dreadmaw. But if they do that, we can actually respond by bouncing the Oracle before it does anything. We untap. Draw an island. Play an island. Go to combat. Swing out. And whatever the biggest thing blocking the Dreadmaw is, potentially just the Oracle, that's what we're going to bounce. Because otherwise they're taking exactly lethal here. So they have to put something in front of it. Or they have to use their Storm God's Oracle to kill it. Okay. Wow, they just block. They don't even activate. Opponent goes to 3. I guess that was the surefire way of killing it. Perhaps I've made a mistake. Well, we still have 3 power in the air, and we could recalibrate to save some of it if we had to. Opponent untaps, they draw. Opponent plays a Sojourner's Companion. They're still dead in the air. Yep, we got there. Fantastic. Alright, I'll see you guys in round 2. Alright, round 2 will be on the draw, and I think this hand is fine. We'll keep. Unfortunately, we probably won't be able to turn on Delirium before we play Bloodbraid Marauder, so there'll be no cascading this turn. Probably. Play a mountain, pass the turn. Opponent plays a forest, and an Ornithopter of Paradise, which they may need for the fixing, so I'm going to kill it immediately. We draw Parcel Mirror. Play Bloodbraid Marauder, pass the turn. Abundant Harvest. Opponent gets a Late to Dinner. We untap. Draw Flametongue Yearling. When it enters the battlefield, it deals damage equal to its power to target creature. That's not a May. We shouldn't play it. Attack for 3. Okay. Opponent goes to 17. We pass. They play a Plains. They play a Bannerhide Cruciak. Pass the turn. We draw Silver Bluff Bridge. So, play the Bridge. Play the Yearling. Shoot our opponent's creature. Go to combat. Attack for 3. They block. Trade. Pass the turn. Opponent plays Plains. They might just reanimate the Cruciak. They do. We untap. Draw Hard Evidence. So, play Parcelmere. Kill the Cruciak. Go to combat. Attack for 2. Hit our opponent to 15. Pass the turn. We need to draw another land. We need to draw some more lands, actually. Opponent plays a Yavimaya Elder and a land. We untap. Draw Phantasmal Dreadmaw, which is not what I asked for. Play Hard Evidence. Pass the turn. We have hit Delirium for anything that cares about it. Opponent cycles Yavimaya Elder, getting 2 lands and drawing a card. Okay, opponent plays Greed, plays a Swamp, and is passing. We untap, draw an island. Well, that's good, because now we have Chef's Kiss. Go to combat. Attack for 4. Opponent greeds. Greeds again. Hit them down to 7. Pass the turn. Opponent Graceful Restoration. Oh, it targets 2 things. So we can't Chef's Kiss. Alright. Well, they get the Graceful Restoration. They get back Yavimaya Elder and Ornithopter of Paradise. They play a Plains. And opponent is passing. So sack the clue, draw a card. Mountain. We untap. We can kill all our own creatures. Play a mountain. Play Mount Valus Minotaur. Or Manticore. Minotaur! Damn it! It's Manticore. Go to combat. Oh, opponent destroys the enchantment. Yep. You got it. I have to keep attacking, don't I? Yep. Opponent trades with the Yearling, blocks the Parcelmere, gets 2 lands. Opponent plays Breathless Knight and a tap land. So they've got to be holding, I think, a few of these lands, but I didn't keep track of which ones they got, so I'm not going to worry about it. We untap. We draw Sanctuary Raptor. Go to combat. Attack for 2. If they block, I'll be happy to take the trade. Okay, they don't block. They're just going to sack a food and gain life. Play Phantasmal Dreadmaw. Pass the turn. They probably greed here. They greed once. They untap. They play a land. They scavenge Bannerhide Cruciak. And then they were able to kill our Phantasmal Dreadmaw. We take 6, they gain 6. We untap. We draw a Said and Done, which we can actually use to Unholy Heat down their guy. Yeah, because we have more than one instant in the grave. Go to combat. Hit them for 2. If we ever draw another land, we can play Altar of the Goyf and start attacking with a very big Parcelmere. Opponent Echoing returns, picking up their lifelinker. They greed. Seems like they should have greeded first. They play a land. They replay the Knight. We untap. Draw an island. Play an island. Let's go Altar of the Goyf. This is going to give at least +6/+6, because I know that they have an enchantment in their grave. Attack with Parcelmere. Yep, +6/+6. Opponent greeds. Greeds again. Greeds again. Oh, okay, no, just twice. They chump. Pass the turn. But as long as we have Altar of the Goyf, any creature, including that crab that attacks, is lethal. Opponent plays a land. They play Disciple of the Sun. Probably picking up Breathless Night. Captured by Lagax. Are they going to arrest my Parcelmere? They're going to arrest the crab? They make a 4/4 with lifelink. They Flay Essence the Parcelmere. Okay. Well, I really hope we have a land so we can hold up Chef's Kiss. Revolutionist. Play the Raptor. I mean, it flies. Pass the turn. Does my opponent have to greed? They're already down to 9 cards left in their deck. They've only drawn, I don't know, 12 more cards than us? Nykthos Paragon. That is an enormous problem. Because their creatures are going to become absolutely enormous, and there's no way we can do that much damage. Oh. Yeah, we're done. We are absolutely done. All of their guys become 5/5s at minimum. Yeah, totally. Here I was like, oh, we're totally gonna win. Yep, never mind. There's like a mosquito flying around down here. Now we don't have sideboard for this. I could bring in Fodder Tosser just to get some reach. I'm gonna do that. His opponent was navigating around a very low life total for a very long time. I would like to play first. You know what? Sure. We can get 2 card types into the grave, 3 if we surveil something else. Lead on a mountain, pass the turn. Opponent plays a forest. We untap. Draw Mount Valus Manticore, play an island. Foul Watcher. Artifact land into the grave. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a plains into an Arcus Acolyte. We draw Sanctuary Raptor. Play a mountain, play Sanctuary Raptor. Go to combat. Attack for 1. This has reach. And I was F6'd, so I couldn't Mind Collapse to kill it. Kano doesn't read. Why doesn't Kano read? Attack for 2. Take 2. We untap. We draw Parcelmere. Perfect. Play Mount Valus Manticore. Go to combat. Discard Parcelmere. 2 damage here. We don't need Delirium for anything. Go to combat. Frickin' Moto! Ugh. I almost wish that they had an option to be like, are you sure you want to attack with nothing? Please confirm that you're a moron. We untap. Draw Flametongue Yearling. Kill this before it gets out of hand. Go to combat. No, I will not discard anything. Attack. We missed 2 damage this game, in addition to just throwing away a creature. Oh, I'm on tilt now. Opponent Soul of Migration evoke. We untap. Draw Unholy Heat. So, play Flametongue Yearling. Kill a token. I'm going to discard Mind Collapse. Because Unholy Heat, as long as we have Delirium, is a better spell. Hit our opponent for 2. They should be at 18. Opponent untaps. They play a land. I was just thinking to myself, I was like, man, I really hope they don't have Late to Dinner. That would just be so good. Another Mount Valus Manticore. So, kill the 2/4. No. Play the Manticore and pass. No, we will not discard. No, we will not discard. Opponent untaps. They attack for 2 in the air. Do they have a board wipe? We take 2. They play Bottle Golems. We untap. Draw another Unholy Heat. Kill the 2/4. Kill the 3/3. Go to combat. Nothing to discard. Hit them for 7. Take them to 16. They untap. Opponent Echoing returns. Gets back Arcus Acolyte. Starts outlasting all of their tokens. We untap. We draw a Mountain, which we can no longer just pitch to kill something. So no, we will not discard. No, we will not discard. Attack, attack, attack. Opponent doesn't block. They take 7, they go to 9. They untap. They play an Ornithopter of Paradise. They charge up their Arcus Acolyte. We untap. Trum Mountain. Go to combat. Ditch a Mountain. Shoot a bird. Ditch a Mountain. Shoot a bird. Go to combat. Swing out. Opponent trades with our flyer. They go to 4. They gain 3, go back up to 7. They untap. They outlast the Acolyte. And they play Greed. I really hope I can draw some kind of removal for Acolyte, or way to stop it from swinging would be good. Phantasmal Dreadmod doesn't really count. Go to combat. No, we will not discard. No, we will not discard. Attack for 5. Opponent chumps the 3/4, takes 2, and goes to 5. Second main, play Phantasmal Dreadmaw. Pass the turn. Now, opponent has a lot of stuff that can target, which is unfortunate, but they are Hellbent and only get 1 redraw off of Greed. So opponent can pick up a permanent here, probably Ornithopter of Paradise, just to have another blocker. They have a full squad of life-linking creatures. We untap. We draw Scophos Reaver. So, go to combat. Discard Scophos Reaver. Deal 1 damage to the Arcus Acolyte. Cast the Reaver. Go to combat. Attack. Here and here. So now if they double block the Dreadmaw, they do gain a bunch of life, but we still kill both of their creatures. They can't just jump... They can't just chump the... Well, we can't just chump... We're not going to chump attack into Arcus Acolyte with Mount Valus Minotaur. The opponent's going to take 3 and gain 7 from this attack, which will let them activate Greed twice, potentially. So kill their guys. They go up to 9. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They draw a card. They Greed. Captured by Legox. Put a counter on Ornithopter of Paradise. They pass. We untap. We draw Altar of the Goyf. So go to combat. Are you kidding? Alright, well, we discarded all of our lands earlier. No, we will not discard this. Now I'm hoping we can draw a land so we can make an absolutely big creature and attack. Opponent Greeds on our end step. Going to 5. They untap. What the hell? I can't swing past this. My opponent would actually be at 3. Well, opponent can just chump block for 10 years. This is so frustrating. Like, opponent's deck is really good and really sick. I'm just like, well, if you want to learn how to draft the Reanimator deck, look up the user, The Real Story. Don't try and draft Reanimator like Kano drafts Reanimator, because you'll never end up with a deck like that. Good lord. Opponent outlasting all their stuff. Wait, if I draw a removal, are they dead? If I draw my Frost spell, they die. Never mind. Oh, yeah, no, they totally have a Proliferate fight spell. Oh my god. The deck is crazy. If I had a way to answer this enchantment, like if I could draw the bounce spell in our... No, the bounce spell only bounces creatures, not non-land permanents, right? Gouged Zealot. See you guys in round 3. Alright, round 3. This hand doesn't do anything for a very long time, so we're going to mulligan. This hand is a lot better. I'm going to keep... I'm going to put back Revolutionist, I think. Opponent starts Forest. We draw an island. Well, because we have a spell with double red in it, we're going to need to play this first. Well, in our deck, I mean, not in our hand actively. Opponent plays an Arcbound Prototype. We draw Dragon's Rage Channeler, play a Mountain, play the Dragon's Rage Channeler, and we're going to Unholy Heat now while we still have the opportunity. Surveil. Flametongue Yearling. I'm going to leave on top. That's the kind of card I actually want to cast. We'll kill their modular creature before they have the opportunity to put the counters on anything else. They play another modular creature. We untap. Draw Flametongue Yearling. Play an island. Cast the Yearling. Kill the Prototype. Go to combat. Attack for 1. Opponent goes to 19. They untap. They play a land. They play a Thraben Watcher. We untap. Draw Hard Evidence. So, play Hard Evidence. Surveil. Land into the grave. We get a sorcery. I could try and surveil off of Foul Watcher, or I could just bounce Thraben Watcher with Recalibrate. I've not discarded anything this turn, but I don't need to. Yeah, I think we're just delaying at this point. Put that in the grave. Now we have Delirium. Play an island. Go to combat. Attack for 5. Opponent goes to 14. They untap. They suspend Rift Sower and play Knighted Mirror. We untap. Draw Mount Valus Manticore. Go to combat. Attack for 3. Opponent no blocks. Opponent goes to 11. Play the Manticore. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Rift Sower going to be coming off suspend. Oh no, actually it's another turn. Okay. So opponent can play their Angel. which would make the Knighted Mirror 3/3 and able to block. They play another Knighted Mirror. They could have the Reinforce spell. We untap, draw an island, start by playing Foul Watcher, and we'll surveil. Actually, should have tapped 2 islands for that. Mount Valus Minotaur, or Manticore. I keep saying Minotaur. I don't know why. Put it on top of our deck. Draw. Go to combat. We will ditch the Manticore. Deal 2 damage here. And the game is over. Yeah, let's just run it back. I have not been talking for a very long time because I apparently have been on mute despite the fact I was commentating all my plays and everything. That is frustrating. So I'm going to have to go back and review the footage, but this game has not been very interesting. It's basically been my opponent building a board state up until we couldn't deal with it anymore. The only reason we beat them game 1 was because of the fact that we completely negated all of their 1/1 counter advantage early. Man, I am frustrated. So we'll move on to game 3. I'm going to have to go back and review the footage. I might have to dub over it or see how much is missing. So we'll play first. I will keep this hand. Alright, play a mountain, play a Dragon's Rage Channeler, pass the turn. Opponent untaps, plays a forest, Abundant Harvest, reveals a plains, we untap, draw Gouged Zealot, play an island, go to combat, attack for 1. Opponent untaps, they draw Abundant Harvest again. Choosing a land, they get a forest, and they play a land. We untap, draw an island, play Silver Bluff Bridge, go to combat, attack for 1. Opponent takes 1, goes to 18, they untap, they draw, they play their plains, and they play a Deepwood Denizen. Yeet, surveil, land into the grave. We don't need a 5th one right now. Opponent picks up their guy, we untap, draw Mount Valus Minotaur, play an island. I've said Minotaur every single time I've tried to play this card, and it's a Manticore. We're not discarding anything, not yet. Attack for 1. Okay, opponent untaps, they draw. Opponent plays a Deepwood Denizen and passes. Untap, we draw Bloodbraid Marauder. So we're gonna do a little trick here. So we are going to discard Revolutionist, deal 1 damage to our opponent, Mind Collapse, sacking a mountain, surveil. An opponent just scoops. They don't want to deal with that. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this content. If you did, please leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel if you're so inclined, and remember you can follow me on Twitch. Same username over there as you find me on here. I stream Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The last few times have been earlier than that. You're all wonderful human beings. Thank you so much for watching. Bye! Hey, just wanted to give a shout out to my patrons for the month of June. If you want to have your name show up in this list, there's a link to my Patreon down in the description below. Thank you all.